Practice test 3. Here we go.
So, thank you. Get over. This is totally clean. And then some scratching and then. Yeah, Mr. Gray. She always sees him so much. One time she sent me the homework.
All right.
And I found one that she's like, I have how to send emails.
Number 1, find all of the stuff that we're missing. So we're all here. All right, so you're gonna find all the stuff in that list for this hyperbola. When we're done with this, I'll turn back yesterday's quizzes and we can take a look at those too. But let's get through this practice test. All right. So where's our center? We'll start with that. Where's our center? At -3, -5. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and build my box by counting sideways 4 and up and down 5. Everybody okay with that? And on my diagonals, these are my asymptotes. Okay. Now, there are 4 points that I use to build the box. 2 of those are going to be my vertices. Which 2?
-7, -5.
The sideways ones. Yep, these guys right here are going to be my vertices. How do I know that? Because X comes first, and that's the rule for a hyperbola. So I've already filled in the center blank. Now I'm going to fill in my vertices blank. These are my vertices. There's only 2. And remember, I got them by counting back and forth 4. So you've got graph paper. So you should see this one's at 1, -5. And this one's at -7, -5. Right? Now, this then is the transverse axis. Some of us are still missing this. Transverse is the one that connects the vertices. How long is it? 8. Because you went back and forth 4. Okay, it's not 4, it's 8. You went 4 both ways. And then this is our conjugate axis. And that is 10 units long, because we went up and down 5. All right, now we need our foci. They are in here somewhere, right inside the hyperbola curve. And if you look at those, they're points. And if you look at them, guys, look at all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points all in a row there. What do they all have in common?
5.
-5. Write that down so you get half the credit anyhow. Now, I know I'll find the X part if I know how far. I'm going to start at -3 and I'm going to go all the way to here. Well, how far is that? Center to focus for this guy would be square root of 41. So I'm gonna start at -3, right at my center, and I'm gonna add root 41. And I'm going to subtract root 41. So those pink points are the coordinates of my vertices. Now I need my asymptotes. Alright, well there are lines, so we need a slope and a point. Think about building the box. What's your slope?
5
Up 5 over 4, so that would be plus or minus 5/4. And then what's our point? Always, always, always. So -3, -5. So y minus the y equals 5/4 x minus the x. And y minus the y equals -5/4 x minus the x. Alright, so we're gonna get y by itself, so we're gonna multiply and subtract. So using your calculator if necessary. We get one of them, or right there's one of them. And the other one will be you can have decimals. If you're using a calculator, you're probably going to have decimals. And those are the equations of our asymptotes. All right, that is what you did on yesterday's quiz, which I will turn back here in a little bit. Okay, next, find the center and the radius. Now that's easy, but first we have to put our equation into, standard form. So x squared minus 8x, y squared plus 2y. And then here's another place where some of us, we had this on 3 different quizzes, and some of you are getting careless. When we move that 4 to the other side, he has to become negative. Alright, so what goes in this blank? 16. And this one is 1. 1. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. So we have x minus 4 squared, y plus 1 squared. What is that, 13? So where is my center? 4, -1. And what is my radius? Square root of 13. You gonna get that one right?
Yeah.
All right, now we've got our ellipse. Okay. Where's our center?
-2,
-2, -5. Well, those are the same numbers I had last time. I'm gonna go sideways 4 and up and down 5. But this time, all 4 of those points are important because when I make my shape, I connect them, right? Those 4 points. Those are the vertices. Okay, so let's see, if we go sideways, start at the center, and go sideways 4, count on your grid, count. 2, -5, -6, -5, and then up and down 5, -2, 0, -2, -10. And what are those? Those are the vertices. Those are the vertices. So now you can tell me that your major axis, major means long, it's 10, and the minor axis is 8. And the only thing left to find are the foci, and where are they going to be? They're going to be always on the major axis, which is this one. This is your major axis, because it's longer, right, than the other one. So they're up here somewhere. And again, they're points. So I look at those, all those points in a row. Josh is anticipating my question, because I said it so many times. All these points are in a row. So all of their x's are -2. Now I need to know what that is. How far is it from the center to the focus in this problem? Square root of 9, which happens to be 3. So I'm going to start at my center, which is at -5, and go up 3. So -5 plus 3, -2, and -5 minus 3, -8. If that had been root 10, then it would be -5 plus root 10, -5 minus root 10. Okay? All right, one more. We have our parabola. Alrighty. Vertex. -1, 4. Beautiful. Beautiful. Does everybody see that it's -1, 4? Yeah? Alright, which way's the sky open?
Right.
Down.
To the left. I think it's left. To the left. I'm sticking with
Right,
left.
down.
Left.
We're locking, you guys are locked it up.
How do I know it opens to the left?
Why?
Because I have
First.
memorized the chart my teacher gave me weeks ago. Y squared is left and right.
Yep.
Okay? Y squared is left and right.
How do you know if it's right or left?
That 16 is negative.
Okay.
And left and down are the negatives. Right? Okay. That means my focus is here somewhere.
If you open it the wrong way, the whole thing's done. Right.
Well, your focal width, you'll probably get that right.
But everything
Your
else.
focal width is 16. You'll be good, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now, this distance right here in a parabola is called P. In the equation, that number is 4P. Okay, so if 4P is 16, then P must be 4. So I'm gonna start right here and go straight back 4. Now you can count on your grid paper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where will you be? What point will you be at if you back up 4 from this vertex?
-4, 4.
Negative 5, 4.
-5, 4. Okay.
And then if we back up 4, we're going to go forward 4. Now you can think of that point as 3, 4, but the directrix is a line, so it would be the line where x equals 3. Okay. All right, the test is half over. Now we have the other half.
So the F is
And this half, you are gonna write equations. So the answers are going to be equations. All right, so here we go. We have a circle. The diameter has endpoints at -2, 4 and 6, 10. And you're gonna write the equation of the circle. So what do you need to know? You need to know the center. And the center is gonna be the midpoint. And the midpoint is the average. So -2 plus 6 is 4. Divided by 2 is 2. 4 plus 10 is 14. Divided by 2 is 7. So my center appears to be at 2, 7. X minus 2 squared. Y minus 7 squared. Now I need to know my radius. How am I gonna find my radius? Distance formula. Square root of 2 minus 6 squared and 7 minus 10 squared. All right, what's 2 minus 6?
Isn't the 2 negative?
negative, yeah,
Um,
so 16.
I'm doing 2 minus 6,
Oh, yeah.
7 minus 10. You can do these 2 points if you want, doesn't matter. I'm using these 2.
You can do the outside ones,
Sure.
and it'll be the same thing.
These 2, sure, it's a radius,
Let's see.
it's a radius. So, 2 minus 6 is 4, squared is 16. 7 minus 10 is 3, squared is 9. Oh, that works out nicely. It looks like the radius is 5. What number goes here? 25, because this number is always r squared. In the equation, it's r squared. All right, now we're gonna write the equation of an ellipse. If you can't remember what that looks like, look back at problem 3. That's your ellipse equation, right? That's your ellipse right there. So that's what I want my equation to look like. I want to have an x squared over something, a y squared over something equal to 1. That's what an ellipse looks like. Equation 3 on your practice test is an ellipse. All right, so what do we know? We have a major axis endpoints at 2, 9. And 2, -3. And minor axis endpoints at 0, 3 and 4, 3. So basically, I have my whole ellipse. All right, gotta fill some numbers in. What can you tell me?
We know that we're going from
Can you figure out your center? From what you've been given? Yeah. What's your center?
2, 3.
Yep. Kids, if logically it doesn't make sense to you, look at the picture you drew. You are on graph paper, so yours is going to be perfect. The axes cross at 2, 3. So that's your center. Now, what are the denominators going to be? Well, how far up and down am I going?
6.
6 each, so
6 each.
under Y, because that's up and down,
30.
is 36. How far sideways are we going?
4.
How far sideways are we going?
2.
2. So under X will be 4. Alright, now we've got our parabola. So if you've forgotten what a parabola equation looks like, look at number 4. That's what it looks like. There's something squared equal to something times something not squared. What do we know? Focus is at -3,7. That is the focus now, be careful. And the directrix is x equals 5. Now this guy right here is the focus. He's not the vertex. He's the focus. Which way do you think this opens?
Left.
Absolutely left. Why does it open left? Because it has to enclose its focus, right? Now, if it opens left, what do I know about my equation? Y is squared, and this guy is negative. Now, this point would be my vertex, right? And what do I know about my vertex? It is right in the middle of the focus and the directrix. Set of points in a plane equidistant from a given point to a given line. Equidistant, same distance. So this is at -3. That's at 5. What's right in the middle of -3 and 5? 1,7. How do we find middle? We average. Or, let's use our fingers on our graph paper. So, y -7, remember the y's gotta go with the y, and x -1. This number is always 4p, and this is p. So how far is it from -3 to 1?
4.
4? So if p is 4, 4p would be 16. If p is 1, 4p would be, if p is 4, 4p would be 16. And that, my friends, is the test.
And then you have to know all the steps.
Oh no, we got one more. We got one more. 8. We haven't done number 8 yet. Write the equation of the hyperbola. Alright, so what does the equation of a hyperbola look like? Well, if you can't remember, look back at problem number 1. That is the equation of a hyperbola. Just like the ellipse, except it's got a minus there. If it says our center is -1, 2, very important point. It opens vertically. Okay, what does that tell me? That tells me a ton right there about my equation.
Y comes.
Y comes first, so it's gonna be y minus 2, that's my center, remember? And x plus 1.
It's a lot, it's a lot.
Now, what else do I know? The transverse axis, which would be this one right here. The transverse axis is 16 long. Well, if the whole thing is 16, then I'm going up
4.
Eight. Up and down 8, which means under y is 64. And the conjugate axis is 18, which means I'm going back and forth 9, which means under x is an 81. All right, now you're going up and down. Okay, so let me hand back some papers, and you have to take a minute and see what you missed, if anything. And I mean on homework or the quiz. Oh, you got this through yesterday, or someday.
We have to say what the things are. Shoot. So I drew drawing.
When you get your quiz back, if you miss something immediately, let's get that figured out. So talk it over with your partner, see if you can figure out what you did wrong. Because there aren't very many pages that are 100% perfect.
It's so much harder than shot first year. That's what everyone's gonna do. I'm going for a dark blue.
Why it says,
No.
Yeah.
Like a burnished brown.
Is your whole key?
all right,
I got some. So you get.
Oh, I got
all right, take a minute, correct your quiz, guys, or homework, whatever you just got back. Let's fix it.
Give it quick.
No, you can't, I don't want it back. I'm just so
This is, I still. Are you ready for the seminar?
First axis. So it's like the major, like it was like not.
Oh, it's like, what's that?
It's like, yeah,
transverse
it's like going like that. Like
What
that equals
connects
10.
your vertices, right?
DNA hyperbola.
So many years. Thank you.
We should do a student study session. We need a student study session.
All right.
Okay. Give us another 20.
Okay, for like what?
Okay, and now
It's like the
a volunteer or a team of volunteers to head up to the board.
Easy money.
So, come on, one or two people, let's go.
I got 2 tickets for it. I got you.
All right, you two go, I need you over here because we're doing it on video.
Oh, we on the video.
You're gonna be on the video now.
Famous now.
Okay. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take, consider the equation, x minus 3 squared equals negative 8 y plus 1. Yep. All right, who can tell me what the boys have?
What type of equation is this?
What is that? That's a parabola. Now, on the test, you won't need to answer that question. You'll need to find the
Where's the
vertex,
center?
focus, directrix, and
Where's
focus.
the center?
That's called the vertex.
Vertex.
Yeah. So, everybody should be doing this, finding the vertex,
Okay, so is that even a thing?
but you need to know it in order to do it.
Focal length is like looking down here, it's 8.
And we
Oh, my-
find the focus of the graph.
Focus, directrix, and focal
And
width.
focal
Yeah.
width, yeah.
So,
So everybody should be doing this. We're practicing.
So y is
and then what you was
Do
is
that.
3.
First kid I ever sent to the office because he got hit by a car.
You got hit by
Ah, made it in the history
You got
books.
hit
Miss
by a
Moore.
car. You tire mark contract.
Drop the marker.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You want to find anything else?
Alright.
Okay.
All right, so let's see how they did.
Bro got hit by what? Bro, Mr. Burke pulled it up and everything, dude. Bro, just put it up on video.
How did you get white this year?
He's probably glad.
Everything else is right. Okay. Jared's back, he's okay. Let's get ourselves back in focus now. Everybody's focused. So, the guys did it beautifully. Their vertex was at 3, -1. P, 4P was 8, so P was 2, so they counted up 2. That's actually y equals 1. Which he has written up there. And then they came down 2, and that's the point 3 -2. Because this is the point 3 -1. Beautifully done. Does anybody have a question about that? Got that one? Okay, so now I need another volunteer or pair.
Still, folks.
I have a question.
And we're gonna do the same problem in reverse. So you guys are gonna write the equation of the parabola, given that the focus is 1, 2, and the directrix is x equals -4. No, -6, 7, -7. So focus is 1, 2, directrix is x equals -7. So their job is to write the equation of the parabola. So they're gonna end up with exactly what White and Josh started with, right? Okay, so here we go. Jack, which way does it have to open? You should be able to tell from the layout there. Okay, so you want to sketch it in, opening right. Yeah, you don't know exactly. Okay, so open to the right, which letter is squared? Y. So you're gonna have Y minus something squared
I think it's
equals a number that I don't know times X minus something. And it won't.
When you walked out, I was like,
So now, no, it's not squared, only one of them squared. Okay, so find your vertex. It's gonna be right in the middle of the directrix of the focus. So the focus is at 1, the directrix is -7. What's the average of 1 and -7?
Oh my God, Josh. If you would have seen it, you would understand.
What is 1 plus -7?
So it's
Divided by 2.
No, it's
Yeah. -3, comma, 2. So your vertex is -3, comma, 2. So now you can go up to your equation. It'll be y minus 2, x plus 3. Now, how far is it from your focus point to the vertex you just put on? How far is that? -3 to 1. How far is it from -3 to 1? Okay, so that's P. P is 4. If P is 4, then 4P is, that goes in your equation. Done. Alright, you have 4 out of that? Okay, I need your next pair or individual, doesn't matter to me, pair or individual.
I'll go into this.
You're the winner, I need new people. Come on. Alright, Miss Shawn, everybody go to the board. Here we go. Work on that board there, yeah, over there. Okay, so here's what you've got. You have a circle. And it has a diameter with endpoints at 4,6 and -2,8. And guess what you're gonna do? Write the equation of the circle. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see it or not, he's already found the center. And he found the center by doing the average. So he knows the center is 1,7.
Is it right? It's 1 and 7 and 2 is negative.
Distance formula is minus. Well, no.
So it'd be like 1
minus
minus
-2. Squared, yeah.
Yeah.
Does it matter if you
Not a lot.
Okay, so the radius, they got root 10 for the radius. So what goes into the equation? Regular 10.
Oh,
Yep,
it's with
regular 10.
x minus 1. Wait,
Squared.
yeah. Plus 1 minus 7 squared equals.
There's your equation. X minus 1 squared plus y minus 7
Here's
squared
the.
equals 10. Everybody got it? All right, I need another set of volunteers. Let's volunteer. Ava, Titus, let's go.
You work today, Claude?
All right. You guys are gonna write the equation of an ellipse. Okay? And here's what you know about your ellipse. You know you have a major axis endpoints at 1, 4, 1, -2. And a minor axis endpoints at 0, 1, and 2, 1. And you're gonna write the equation of that ellipse.
What's spine center?
What? You're just writing the equation. Okay, tell me how you got those numbers. This is one right here. How far is that? This is one, that's 4. How far is that? From 1 to 4. All right, so their equation, x minus 1 squared over 1 plus y minus 1 squared over 9 equals 1. Anybody have a question about that? Okay. This is the answer to the question.
This is like 3. Where did 9 come from?
Up and down 3. All right.
And we're gonna need a.
One more.
Claudia.
here's our equation. This is just like your quiz that you took yesterday.
Oh, I could go do it.
So what do we got here? What is that? That is a, oops, someone got the calculator. That is a hyperbola. Somebody, is this your paper too? Yep, that's like me. Okay. So who do I wanna call on here? You already been up there.
Me and Josh will be doing it.
That's a
We'll do.
amazing.
It's a
Ball
Wait,
back.
who said that?
It's like
Lucy said, I'll do it.
two
Go, Lucy, go.
YouTuber students.
It's alright. That's how you know
Boys,
you're doing good.
do it on your own and see if you get the same thing they get.
I did it
That's how you know you're balling.
We'll correct them if they're wrong.
You know, I did it.
You're very bad, bro.
You said you can't do more math.
All right,
than you know
so-
your box.
Where it's like.
We need the we need the center. Vertices, foci, length of transverse, length of conjugate, and equations of asymptotes. So, we have 6 minutes. Can we get all that done?
Let's go, guys.
Josh, I want you working at 2. Don't just sit there.
Oh, God.
I got you.
They got the center at 2, -3. Would you agree with that? Looks like they counted up 6 and over 3. Right? How did you get it? Maybe it's 6. What, is that 2? Yeah. 3 and over 3.
I got a 9.
Right? Gotta finish this problem. How'd you get Route 27?
Why can the person go up?
Yeah.
They gotta get this.
You look this is that.
David, help me out.
How far is it from the center to the focus in this hyperbola? 3 root 5, square root 45, 3 radical 5. So we're gonna start at our center, which is at 2, and we're gonna add 3 root 5 and subtract 3 root 5. So that's 3 root 5, let me break it down. So you're gonna start right here at 2.
Even though what's my bag and it was just like all trash. My hair bag? Yes. Do you remember?
What's the slope of my asymptotes in this problem? Slope of my asymptotes. What's the slope? 6/3, which is 2. So you're gonna use 2 and -2 as your slopes. And you'll use your center point, 2 -3 as your point. So it's minus 2. X minus 2. Yep. All right. So are you ready for tomorrow?
I really wanna get a, what they call it,